Hello guys, welcome to the Camel Digital Art Workshop. I hope all of you must have kind of seen me creating reels on Instagram, making different artworks, exploring mediums. But today we are here all together. This beautiful Naruto anime artwork with Gouache. We have this Camel pencil with me, Camel flat 69 series art brushes with me, and Camel fine liner pens. We have this gouache colors. We will make a portrait. All the colors I've been using for making this painting is white, blue, the cobalt blue. We can use lemon yellow. The yellow ochre is the must one. Have the chrome yellow hue, like it is kind of the orange one only, to make this jacket, and maybe add in for the detail part on the portrait. And have your burnt sienna black, crimson red, a crimson lake, which is like kind of the red one, and the blue, like cobalt blue. So you guys can take the yellow ochre, the white, the yellow ochre, and a bit of burnt sienna. And yeah, the one thing with gouache is that कि यहाँ पे ना मतलब जो भी हम शेड्स बनाते हैं, it gets a bit dull while applying. Like अगर हमने शेड बहुत ज़्यादा डार्क बनाया है, it's gonna look like कि वो लाइट है ना, after it gets dry. And काफ़ी बार ऐसा होता है that like we make the light shades but it looks like यार थोड़े डार्क बन गए हैं, like after applying. So make sure you analyze things rightly and pick the right shade, and taking the same shade onto the next palette, हम उसका एक थोड़ा सा lighter version बनाएंगे, just so that we can make the skin part. So yeah, my color palette is like ready. Also we have to extend the same color shade in the neck also. We are using the 69 series of Camel artist brushes, where I am using the 50 number 1. We are pretty much done with the skin shade, I guess. Let's add maybe the darker side of this. After adding this first stroke, I hope आपको दिख रहा होगा कि कैसे एक छोटा सा डार्क शेड ऐड करके हमने पूरा ही ड्राइंग को इन्हेंस कर दिया है. यहाँ पे the best thing about the dark shadows is that it just unknowingly but enhances the whole painting, where we can see that how it brings the definition on the face. We can make these shades for the hairs. I am using the lemon yellow for making the hairs and adding a bit of white into it, so that यहाँ पे जो hairs मैंने बनाए हैं, like in this painting, we can see that it is not too fast. I mean, the color is not that saturated enough. It is like a bit mute, like a bit muted. So यहाँ पे हम थोड़ा burnt sienna भी हल्का सा ऐड कर देंगे जस्ट टू यू नो कि कलर का सेचुरेशन हल्का सा कम हो जाए एंड इट जस्ट डजंट यू नो पिंस अप इनटू आवर आई। और उसी को हम थोड़ा एक्सटेंड करेंगे हल्का सा ऑरेंज शेड लेके which we will add in this highlight part. For here I am using the 2 number brush like basically this one. You can see it has you know thoda sa flat now you know we have made this dark shades minutes ago. It is all for the shadows thing. And once we are done with the shadow part, we can add a darker shade using the brush number size 2 only. We have this darker shade ready with us. And then we will take a bit of blue and the yellow shades I have made for the hairs and add them together, and few drops of white can give us this shade I have done for the jacket. Make sure the white is kind of in quantity so that it looks like we are making shadows for the white one. And just make sure you guys are like kind of adding all of these colors into the shadow thing, because over here we can see the light source is there, so we will not color it with the shadows, and we will make sure it looks maybe like light in few part and darks in few part. We forgot to add this yellow shades over here, so quickly just putting it over here. And you guys also make sure that you are just not messing over this, because I just kind of forgot this into the process that we have these hairs extended behind as well. I'm using the cobalt blue, and with that I'm adding a bit of white. Yep, and we have this blue headband ready. Now we will take a very little bit of black, because this black gouache has a lot of intensity into it, so we will take a very few percentage of black and add this blue shade, and all this darkness all this dark shade I am making is for over here. And with that I have added this a favorite detail of mine, which is under the teeth, where it looks like the scream is real. The shadows under the jacket is done, and now we will quickly make the shade for orange to have this thing. And for that we need to have this yellow ochre and chrome yellow hue. And yes, we will take some white, have a very bit of blue, so that it gives us the feeling of gray, like kind of a metallic thing, right? I'm not using the entire blue, but I'm using a bit of blue and white together. Will not cover this entirely, like a side of it would be a silver thing, but on the either side of it we will add the dark shades so that it looks like the metallic thing. Now add a more shade of blue to the same shade. Moving to the symbol, slowly make a circle. Make sure you just don't rush at this time because the painting is almost done and we don't want to mess it up. We have everything done, just we need to add a few more highlights over here, and that's it. Take the smallest brush from the set. I'll quickly add this yellows for the eyebrows because it is the initial thing for the portrait. Don't rush because over here we are gonna make the eyes, and there should be like a slight curve. Now add the highlights for the eyebrows also, like the outlines, and for the headband, both of this to emphasize the nose. We will not cover the band entirely because firstly we need to complete this part, and then we'll move further. Take the 0.5 one because it is not too large but not too small for adding all the details, and make sure you just don't use your fine liners in the places where you have just applied the paint, because the wet surface of your paper can disturb to the points of fine liners. So make sure you are using it quietly. I'll use a bigger point because we have applied the paint too much. And yeah, make sure to remove the colors which are already applied on the fine liners so that the markers are smooth enough. We will add in the details into the heads so that the top of the painting is done. And please don't forget to capture all the sneak peeks while making the artwork and share it on your socials. Don't forget to tag Camel Instagram handle, and don't forget to share the Cuckoo Camel Instagram handle, and don't forget to add me also in your mentions. I'll reshare all your stories, and we can also connect further for more of these workshops, for more of these artworks. We will add this dark shadows in the jacket so that it just adds a bit of depth into the painting. It is just a basic darker shade of the orange, where we can see a yellow ochre, chrome yellow, and a bit of brown added into it. guys, my Instagram page is Ronit Patel _arts, and Camelin's page is at kukuyu@Camelin on Instagram. Yeah, I guess so. We are done here. Thank you for being part for today's workshop and show your creativity with all these artworks. Thank you. Stay tuned and all the best.